Hey everyone, Mike Garrett here. And if you're wondering how you can grow your business, we can help. But I don't want to just tell you how my business can help your business. What I want to do is give you some value, and then later if you decide that you want some help, you know where to come. So let me start off by telling you why I'm even qualified to be giving you any advice. I started my career in the restaurant industry. And I worked my way up from dishwasher to management in various companies. Big companies, small companies, struggling companies, big corporations, companies that were exceeding and excelling in every aspect that you can imagine. And later in my career in the restaurant industry, I became really fascinated as to why some companies struggled and other companies seemed to excel. And so when I went back to college, this fascination brought me to psychology. And I studied more about psychology and sociology, trying to figure out what set businesses apart. And it's linked pretty directly to the reason that certain people seem to excel and lead more fulfilling, successful, happy lives. And it really comes down to mindsets and success habits. And when I came across mindsets and success habits, everything started to become clear. So after college, I found myself continuing to study business and to study what was setting businesses apart. And I began to realize the real difference between big corporations and small businesses. Big businesses have systems and things in place that are kind of success habits for that company. And so after college, I was working for this small business and I started to run some experiments. It was just me and the principal of the firm. And so I started to run these little experiments just to see what would happen. And the firm started growing. It exploded, in fact. We went from the two of us to 10 people in about 2 years. And I wasn't sure if it was something that I was doing or if it was just what the market was doing. So I left that firm and I ended up at a slightly larger firm, and I started running the same experiments and other experiments there to find out what was going on. Was it me or was it a market issue? And that firm started to grow as well. And so it became fairly clear that it was me. I had some clients that were extremely loyal to me. In fact, one guy said that he wouldn't even hire our firm unless I was the project manager. And I thought about how can I take this back to small businesses and back to restaurants and help them to succeed. So this focus on restaurants and small business has really allowed me to help business owners find the joy in owning a business rather than just managing one. As you know, running a business is hard work. There's all kinds of different moving parts. There's different facets. You've got to try to keep all these balls in the air, and it's like a complex machine. And in fact, it's very much like a complex machine. At least my business was when I was struggling with it. There was too much for me to keep track of. And as I would focus on one thing, something else would start to kind of fall apart. And when I stepped back, I realized that I needed systems in all aspects of my business. And to me, a system is a series of processes which will produce a reliable result. And I love what W. Edwards Deming said: if you can't describe what you're doing as a system, then you don't know what you're doing. And I certainly didn't know what I was doing at first. And then I started to think of my business as a series of systems. So all businesses have systems. Many just have not taken the time to really define those systems so that the result will be reliable. And that's the important part, is the reliable result. Whether that result is what you're looking for or not, knowing that you can take these series of actions or processes and come out with the same result every time means that you can then start adjusting the processes to get a different result. But if you're always shooting in the dark, then you're always looking at a varied result that can't be really tracked. So many times just defining the systems will improve efficiencies and your profits. So to help you get started with this, I want to give you a unique system that really looks at your business from a holistic approach. And so imagine we have a huge filing cabinet. And in this filing cabinet is everything in your business. It's your marketing, your profits, your cash flow, your branding, assets, time management. I mean, everything is within this filing cabinet. And these categories then become very important, because that's where we're going to start to lay in some systems in order to keep track of all of the things within that category. Some of the biggest companies in the world have about 12 categories, and so most small businesses and restaurants can get away with less than 12. And I suggest getting away with less than 12. I think my business has 8 in it. And it's just not that you need a big filing cabinet. You want it to be as simple as possible. But I also want you to think about the way that you're naming these drawers, because I know that finances are important, but the names are very cold. And so instead of thinking of it as finance, what if you thought about it as the master of money in my business? That really says something else about what you want to get into and what you want to focus on when you think about your financial systems and your financial world in your business, right? It's not just about finances. Now it's about mastery of money. So I want you to think about that as you write these categories down. Really think about these categories. And when you've got them, go over to the business development video where we're going to dig into what to do with those categories in order to really help your business. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I want to give you guys the real value here, because I think that restaurants and small businesses are super important to our communities. There's a whole lot of things that restaurants and small businesses give to us. They give us a place to gather. They give us places to bring our friends. They give us all these things. But what I think that restaurants really give us is the variety in our lives. You know, there's nothing like driving through the streets and smelling warm pizza, or smelling bread, or smelling something cooking on your way home or on your way to work, smelling donuts or whatever's kind of in the air. It really gives us variety as we go through our days. So these and other reasons are why I think that they're so important. And like I said, go to the business development page of our website and watch the video there. We're going to continue with these categories. And if you're interested in any help with your business, please let us know. You can leave us a message on our website or like us on Facebook and message us there. Thank you very much.